Yo, what's good everyone? It is GlitchXCity here, and I'm ready to head to bed, as I'm recording this really late. However, I need to record this because I do not want to fall behind anymore. I'm sorry if I broke your ears, but other than that, we're gonna get right into our Week 6 NPA league match against a really good friend of mine, being Brent, coach of the Washington Whiscash. You got that Heat Washington Wizards logo, and I slapped the Whiscash on there. However, we're gonna get right into this Week 6 team builder and match, like as always. But in terms of record, we are sitting at a pretty nice position at 4-1. No one in this league is undefeated anymore, as we did take down the undefeated guy last week. You know, just because of a coin flip, basically. However, 4-1, really good. If we didn't get hacked that one match, we would have been undefeated. But you know, who cares? But other than that, this is gonna be a kind of an uncomfortable match for me, like prior to when we battled, because I didn't really have much time to prep, or I didn't get to prep as much time as I wanted to. But other than that, nonetheless, it was a pretty heat match. As you guys can see on the bottom of your screen, there were some pretty crucial highlights and some pretty heat sets that went on in this match. But other than that, we're gonna get right into this, and we will go into the team builder. But before we get into that, we're gonna go over his team. As you can see, he has an interesting team. So, if you guys are aware of the 11 Pokemon I originally have, then you can see that I don't know, but I made some trades with Brent, and it's weird because, you know, we made some trades like right before we battled, and we agreed to let it like allow in the time we battled. So like literally like a day before the week started for our match, we made a trade and we made some FAs and all that, and then like we allowed it. So it's kind of weird. But one thing we'll know is that we did trade Donphan over to the Whiscash, and I'm sad to see Donphan go away. And it's, you know, losing Donphan kind of sucks because I lose a Rock Setter, I lose a natural physical bulky Mon, and it does get Ice Shard and such, but in return I get Entei. And Entei is really great because Entei is one of those Pokemon where like it can come in and give like almost immediate pressure. And you know, whether it be like Eruption or Sacred Fire, E-Speed, Bulldoze, Stone Edge, whether of the sort. Entei doesn't get much as like stuff like Arcanine. However, you know, if you know, with the way I've been improvising like pretty much my whole entire league career, I'm pretty sure I can make it work. And I've used it before, and I've been wanting to use it again. But first up, we're gonna go to his draft real quick, as you guys already see. But he has Jirachi, and he absolutely loves this Mon. But he's also breaking away from this Mon, as you know, him and Jirachi just don't click anymore. So I'm not sure if he'll bring it or not. But on the off chance he does, I am gonna bring Pokemon that's a pretty decent check to it overall. But you know, Jirachi, I mean, it could be Spadef Bulk, it could have Wish Protect, which could be annoying. It could have Body Slam and Iron Head. It could have Rocks, one of his Rock Setters. Next up, he has Hydreigon, really threatening special Wall Breaker with just Life Orb, Draco Meteors, and Dark Pulses user and just Flash Cannons, Earth Powers, Fire Blast, like whatever of the sort. And Hydreigon is just pretty much insane. And also, one thing about Jirachi is that you gotta watch out for that Calm Mind Water Pulse. You gotta Calm Mind Water Pulse Wolf 6 OU. I don't care if you got Water Absorb. You guys wouldn't understand. But he also has Donphan. We guys already went through it. I'm not gonna talk much about Donphan. Kinda summed it up there. But he also has Gyarados. Now, he said that he kind of regrets picking up Gyarados, but looking at Gyarados against my team, it can do some work. I mean, we have an Entei now, so I mean, Entei and Donphan are both weak to water, so it didn't matter. But we're gonna try. I mean, I'm not really comfortable with the team I brought this week. Oh yeah, I didn't tell you guys. So we also, in return of getting Donphan, or losing Donphan and picking up Entei from Brent, we dropped our Drampa for Flygon. So that means we also regain our ground type, but still maintain a dragon type from the Drampa we lost or dropped. But next, he also has Togetic. Togetic is the heat. You guys will soon see. Togetic is heat. Togetic is heat. I don't know what else to say about it. Like, that's the only thing that's going on in my head right now. But Togetic is a very annoying cleric. It does get Wish as well. No, like, Stab, Air Slash, but it does get Air Cutter, which I don't imagine him bringing. Probably just, like, Dazzling Gleam, T-Wave, Wish Protect, Heal Bell, something like that. But he also has Sawsbuck. This man picked up a Sawsbuck because he felt like it. Because this man thinks that he's not gonna make playoffs. But you know, you never know. This man could definitely win out. I mean, 2-3. You could definitely go 6-3 if he beats us and then win out from there. But Sawsbuck. I mean, Sawsbuck is pretty hype. I mean, people don't look at the power of Sawsbuck once you have it in random battles and then it wins you a match. So yeah, it gets that nice jump kick, double edge. Does it get double edge? I'm pretty sure it gets a double edge. Horn leech. And you know, just those 3 moves alone, Alfred Supreme. But with his mega is Mega Beedrill. And Mega Beedrill actually kind of threatens my team a decent amount, as you know, Savali could be pressured, Hawlucha gets outsped, Umbreon's weak to it, Entei gets Drill Run, Wishy-Washy gets wear down by U-turn, Dene dies to Drill Run, Diancie takes a lot from Drill Run, Gothitelle just gets crapped on, Scolipede still takes a lot from adaptability, Registeel, Drill Run, and Flygon got that nice U-turn. So Beedrill can be an annoying Pokemon. It does outspeed my whole team barring any Scarfers, but hopefully we can take it on. I do have one particular check, because when you look at my team, I don't really have a check, but we're going to try at least. Next up, he has Thunderous Eye, being his Z-move user, as you guys will see on both sides, not both sides, on the right side, top and bottom being a Z-move user, and Thunderous has a wide immense of coverage. Now, Brent doesn't typically like to run Z-moves, so I don't really think he'll bring one, but if he's cheeky and he's going to bring one, then, you know, whatever. But we do have to scout for it. I mean, if I were to like predict a Z-move, I would predict like Z Focus Blast for maybe Registeel, or like Z Focus Blast for Umbreon and Registeel, and then maybe Z Dark Pulse for Gothitelle, something like that, out of the sort. And then could be Life Orb, could be Specs, Scarf, Bandit, you know, there's a lot of things you could do. Prankster and Defiant as well, even though we don't really have an Intimidate user, so I don't think he'll bring that. But next up, he has Machamp and Terrakion, 2 really good fighting type Pokemon. One's really fast and bulky, no, one's really fast and frail, one's really bulky and slow. So, I mean, either or he could bring, but Terrakion's more of a threat, if anything, because it does outspeed my Entei. Hawlucha could deal with it, but in terms of switch-ins, I don't really have a good switch-in. Because like whatever resists fighting is weak to rock, like Scolipede. Gothitelle still takes a lot from Stone Edge if he predicts to switch, so that's going to be a problematic there. And last but not least, he has Ninetales, which does contribute to Sawsbuck, as Sawsbuck does get Chlorophyll, so Ninetales could be a problem with the drought up. You know, Ninetales in itself with that boosted Sun, Fire Blast could definitely be a huge threat. Solar Beam, immediate Solar Beam could be Nasty Plot. This man almost came back with a Nasty Plot, Hypnosis, Ninetales, so I'm not gonna sleep on it. Not today. We're not sleeping on that Hypnosis. Not this week. Hopefully not anyway. But other than that, we're gonna get right into our team, and if I can actually pull up my team, I would actually know what I was bringing this week. Let's go NPA week 6. All right. So first up, as you guys see, we got Pizza Rolls. Best Entei nickname right there. We are Choice Scarf with Pressure, and we are Shiny. We are Shiny. And you guys see our moveset. We don't have Sacred Fire and we don't have E-Speed, but we're shiny anyways, so I can give Brent that notion like, oh, he probably has E-Speed or Sacred Fire because he's shiny. So, and with that, he probably thinks we're Adamant, you know, maybe. So, our moveset, basically, I'm going to run like a Scarfed Entei, but it's going to be like, kind of like a late game sweeper, as it does have Eruption, so preserving this man's HP is going to be really important. Getting rocks off my side of the field, or preventing rocks from my side of the field, is going to be important. We have HP Electric for the Gyarados, Lava Plume in case my HP goes bye-bye, and we also have Bulldoze because I don't really have anything else to put. And if you look at Brent's team, well, the thing about Bulldoze is that one scenario that I could think of that could be really clutch is that if I have Entei on Terrakion, but I can't kill it with any of my moves, so I'm gonna click Bulldoze, let it kill me, and then I'm gonna go into something else that could outspeed it and then pick it off from there, or at least force the switch. So I mean, you know, Bulldoze, I mean, it's not powerful and we are timid, but you know, we're gonna do it anyway. Scarf Entei still does so much damage to his team. Jirachi can die if it's not Spadef. Hydreigon takes like 30%, Donphan gets 2 KO'd, Gyarados eats 1, but yeah, Sawsbuck dies, Togetic could eat 1, Beedrill dies, Thundurus. With Thundurus, I need to get rocks up. I need to at least get 25% on Thunder somehow, and I have the perfect way of doing so. And let's see, Machamp, I think Machamp could take 2 if it's Assault Vest. Maybe Terrakion takes like at least 25%. Ninetales in the Sun gets boosted, so boost out my Eruption. All good with me. But next up, we do have Huzzah. Oh yeah, we're max speed to speed type with Jirachi. And next up, we have Huzzah with the Hawlucha. Huzzah the Hawlucha. And this is the wrong item. Actually, you guys are looking at something different from what I'm saying, but we have some pretty nice heat this week. We got Unburdened with the Keyberry with Focus Blast, Grass Knot, Acrobatics. Yes, Acrobatics and HP Electric. We are a special Halucha, and I don't know if you guys ever seen this, but when you look at his team, yo, this can actually really work. HP Electric for the Gyarados, Acrobatics for the Beedrill and the Machamp, Grass Knot for Donphan and Terrakion, and Focus Blast to hit stuff like Hydreigon, like Terrakion, and various other mons like Sawsbuck as well. And it's mainly our main stab as well. And the thing with our spread is that we guarantee Oko Terrakion with no investments with a Focus Blast. We 2-hit kill with Grass Knot. Donphan we could 2-hit kill with Grass Knot. HP Electric we could 2-hit kill Gyarados with. So this is a pretty heat set. And with the Keyberry, if you guys don't know what the Keyberry does, is that it basically boosts your defense when you're hit by a physical attacking move. Now looking at how Lucha's matchup and seeing how I'm going to utilize it, I'm usually most likely going to be on a Pokemon that's physically offensive. For example, Terrakion, Focus Blast or Grass Knot. Donphan with Ice Shard, I can Grass Knot. Gyarados is probably like, maybe he has Bounce or something, Power Her Bounce or something like that, or Waterfall at the least. Jirachi could have U-Turn or Iron Head if it's Scarfed. Sawsbuck with a Double Edge or whatever. Beedrill, even Beedrill, if he clicks U-Turn or Poison Jab, I can live one. Hopefully I don't get poisoned somehow. Get my Keyberry off. We get that nice defense boost, and that defense boost can actually come in clutch because, you know, looking at certain scenarios, you know, getting that defense boost is nice, and he does have priority like Ice Shard on Donphan, so that's one thing to take note of, as Ice Shard does like 30% to us, 30 to 40% I think, and we have enough speed to outspeed a max speed Jirachi. We have enough speed to outspeed a speed creeping Terrakion. So say I have Entei, right? So maybe he'll put enough speed on Terrakion to outspeed Entei. I'm gonna have one more point than that speed creep, and I would still outspeed Terrakion. If he brings like max speed for some reason, I'm not gonna outspeed, and that could be a problem. But next up we have McQueen the Scolipede, and this is the kinda the Beedrill slash Terrakion check, being McQueen the Scolipede with the Rocky helmet. I was thinking of putting Chartyberry, and for good reasoning too, as we are almost max HP, a lot of defensive investment, and enough speed for, what was it, for Jirachi. We have Poison Jab, Aqua Tail, Earthquake, SD, and the main idea behind this set is that I switch in Scolipede on a Terrakion, and assuming he clicks Close Combat, which would be the best case scenario, we 4 times resist that, he gets Rocky Helmet damage off, and he would be most likely to switch. Because, you know, if I'm like max attack Adamant or something like that, or if I'm like max attack in general with Jolly, Earthquake, I don't know the calc, but like he should be fearing an Earthquake, and he would be like forced to switch out. In which case I can set up a SD. If he goes into Donphan, I can click Aqua Tail, and that would be all good there. So I mean, wearing down Donphan is great because I don't want rocks on my side of the field, and this also handles stuff like Togetic pretty well, as I can pressure it with an SD plus a Poison Jab. And I don't have Mega Horn or X Scissor, but the only thing it really hits is the Hydreigon, and I don't know, it's kind of iffy whether he brings it or not. If he brings Scarf, then it's just easier for me, as you guys will soon see later on. But next up we have, let's see, we got Umbreon, Moonrise or Umbreon with the Chople Berry. This is how scared I am of Terrakion, because say like that's one of the reasons I was wanting to bring Chartyberry, and this also switches in on Beedrill. Like say I don't have a Beedrill switch in, I can switch in the Scolipede, he clicks U-turn or Poison Jab. I can take like at least 3 or 4 hits, and then get a Rocky Helmet damage off, and then at least get that Rocky Helmet damage off. Because if I can, like, I don't think I have rocks on this team. Yeah, I do have rocks on this team. So if I can get rocks up plus Rocky Helmet and he U-turns out, that's going to be great. And SD plus 2 Earthquake does Oko Mega Beedrill as well. But the thing with Terrakion is that if he predicts my Scolipede switch and clicks Stone Edge, then that's where Scolipede's set kind of, you know, it's kind of useless. And we have Umbreon, and I wanted to bring Silvally, but I think Umbreon would be better, as with the coverage I'm gonna bring. And I'm pretty sure I'm looking at the wrong sets. Yep, we got the right. So we have a Chople Berry, mainly because with Umbreon I'm definitely gonna lure into Terrakion. Like, it's gonna be so obvious, it's gonna be his main way to kill me. But the main reason, here's the idea, is that even though I'm a careful nature and I have Psychic, if he hits me with a close combat, he's -1 Spadef. I can get at least some damage off with Psychic. I won't Oko at like any point unless he's like -5 Spadef, which is like never gonna happen. but like maybe I don't know, but like I didn't want to like switch out Umbreon and give him the upper hand without at least getting some damage off. And I don't think I need leftovers, as I do have Moonlight, so I'm not gonna bring Wish Protect this week. We have Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch, if you guys heard me before with the Entei, Eruption does like 76% min to a Thundurus. So if I can late game sweep and click Eruption, I need at least 25% off. And this Umbreon, with the investments I have on the screen, Sucker Punch does give me at least 25% to a Thundurus, to where after I sack Umbreon, I can go into Entei, click Eruption, and then the Thundurus is gone. So, and also that my HP will be maintained. So assuming my HP is maintained, I can click Sucker Punch, bring in Entei, and I should be good. And we also have Yawn. I like when you look at his team, like usually I would bring Toxic, but for some reason Toxic just wasn't screaming to me, and I just preferred Yawn, because forcing switches and getting the momentum would be great, considering I don't have leftovers on this thing. And with the team, with how this team is built, if I can make some aggressive switches, like with this Heat team, like I got an SD user, I got 2 special mons that you wouldn't necessarily see as a special user, and you guys will soon see it on. But next up, we have Atrix. Yo, if y'all know Atrix, then yeah, Atrix mascot, the Flygon. And this is another Choice Scarf user, as we are not actually bringing Dragon Stab this week. We have Stone Edge instead, as when you look at it, Dragon Claw only does hit the Hydreigon, and it's really a 50-50, and either way, Flygon does outspeed Hydreigon naturally, and I can't just click U-turn, which does like around an average of 50%, so that's still really good damage to me. And Umbreon is also my Hydreigon switch in as well. If he brings like Draco Meteor plus Superpower, then that's just really good prep, because I have seen that before. But we have Stone Edge, U-turn, Defog, Earthquake. Like I said, I cannot have rocks on my side, so I am gonna have Defog to prevent him in case he gets up rocks for some reason. And then Earthquake and Stone Edge. Earthquake for main stab and Stone Edge to top it all off, as it does hit Togetic at least, because with Dragon Claw I get walled by Togetic, so at least I hit it for at least decent damage. And then I'm pretty sure there's like one other mon that I hit with Stone Edge, and that's the Gyarados and the Thunderous Eye. And last but not least, we're gonna have Mega Diancie. And if I can just find the spread, I don't even know where it is. Here it is. We have Sylvaris Gyara, Mega Diancie with Moonblast, Power Gem, Rock Polish, Stealth Rock. This is our Rock Setter, and we are Max Speed, Timid, Max HP. And the reason why I'm running Max Speed is because I feel like he's gonna play some like cheeky speed, like speed investment, and like try and like, you know, pull some weird crap. Like say, like usually Thunder's like base 111 speed if I'm correct, and that's like one more base speed against Diancie. So maybe he'll just like, maybe he won't run max speed and I'm max speed, and then I'll be able to outspeed an Oko with the Power Gem. And with Diancie, if I can get a Rock Polish off and force something out, or at least live a hit, I can actually sweep his team, because when you look at it, if I can weaken Jirachi, I can Moonblast it, I kill Hydreigon, I 2-kill Donphan, I 2-kill Gyarados, I 2-kill Togetic, depending on the spread. Sawsbuck gets 2-kill, Beedrill dies, Thundurus dies, Machamp dies, Terrakion dies, and Ninetales dies. So Diancie could be really crucial late game, and it's also my rock setter, so it's actually kind of risky, but we're gonna deal with it anyway. But other than that, we're gonna get right into the battle, so I'll see you guys in a little bit. Alright guys, we are back, and we have the battle right here. And as you can see on your screen, we do have the matchup, as I said. And if you saw the team builder, which was like the past 18 minutes of the video, which I'm really sorry about, but I don't know where time flies when I'm talking about my team. But other than that, Brent does bring the Thundurus Incarnate, Togetic, Mega Beedrill, Gyarados, Terrakion, and Donphan. And if you look at it, 4 of his Pokemon are weak to Rock, and 2 of the other Pokemon that aren't weak to Rock get freaking obliterated by Moonblast. So if I can get Diancie in with the Rock Polish late game, this can actually be a really good scenario for us, but that is not our only way to win. But other than that, we're going to get right into this matchup, as you guys will see. And in terms of leads, I'm thinking of leading with my Hawlucha, as I do expect him to lead with the Donphan. And I don't have, the only like hazard I have on this team is Diancie or Scolipede. So you know, he could lead with Donphan, or he could lead with Beedrill if he wants to Mega Evolve first turn. But other than that, we're going to go ahead. I'm going to lead with my Hawlucha, but he instead leads with the Terrakion. And you guys will see that I'm actually go into my Diancie, as, you know, with Hawlucha against Terrakion, unless he's Scarf, I wouldn't imagine him to stay in unless he was like Sash lead rocks. But in case he was like Sash lead rocks, I'm gonna go ahead and switch into my Diancie. If he's fearing the Hawlucha, he either goes out into Togetic or Gyarados, which Diancie does take care of those two pretty well with Power Gem alone, and in which case we can get up our rocks. So here I'm gonna switch out and go into my Diancie as he switches out and goes into his Gyarados, and here this is where some heat starts to happen as we do Mega Evolve, as you guys see, and we click Power Gem. Now when I saw this, I'm like, do I predict the Donphan switch and click Moonblast, or do I just stand and click Power Gem? So I calculated, I'm not max special attack. If I was, Power Gem would have a chance to OHKO, but we are not. We are max HP with no special attack investment. So this Power Gem should still be doing at least 60%. So we're going to click Power Gem, but he instead has the Chardy Berry, and he gets a Waterfall off, and because we're max HP, we are going to eat that. Barely. Just barely. And this is a max attack Adamant, Waterfall, max speed, Gyarados, if I calculate right, either Jolly or Adamant, but either way we are able to live the Waterfall thanks to max HP investment, and I'm actually kind of happy we didn't run max special attack or else we would have died. But legit, I was thinking that this man might have Chardy Berry, so if I was real, I could have had HP Electric instead on this Diancie. But other than that, you know, we kind of lost our win con like really late, like really early game, and that's my fault. But either way, we did get some really good damage off, but I do outspeed this Gyarados. So either I can click Power Gem and pick this off, or I can predict the Donphan switch and click Moonblast. But here, I'm going to make the safe play. I'm going to click Power Gem as he does go into Donphan. So if I click Moonblast, I would have gotten some huge damage off. But here, I'm going to switch out and go into my Lucha as he does go for the Ice Shard. I was expecting the Ice Shard, and the Key Berry does pop. So I could have gone into Entei, but him clicking Earthquake was kind of a risk, especially since I do have an Umbreon as well. But I can see why he didn't click Rocks there, because I am a Magic Bounce user. So in case I stayed in, he didn't want to get Rocks on his side of the field. But other than that, I am kind of forced to go into my Lucha early. And if only I had clicked Moonblast, if I had simply clicked Moonblast, I would have been in a better position, as you guys will soon see. Grass Knot is a roll to kill a max HP, max defensive Donphan. And so if I can get a good roll, I can Grass Knot this Donphan, and we should be in a good position, and there's no way he can get up Rocks unless Terrakion has it too. So here I'm gonna click Grass Knot. I'm pretty sure I caught him by surprise, but he lives barely on 2%, and this man's gonna get up his Rocks. Now if I were smart, I would have clicked Taunt. Now I just remember this, but I don't have Acrobatics. I have Taunt instead, which would have been which would have came in clutch right now. And Taunt is also good for the Togetic, as I am a clean switch into it. But if I had clicked Taunt first, I would have been in a better position, because then he would have been forced to Ice Shard, and I eat that Ice Shard pretty well. I could have just hit Grass Knot like twice or forced the switch. But this Donphan, I mean, it's crazy. But here he's gonna click Ice Shard. It does 20%. We're gonna pick this off with the Grass Knot, and I still don't understand why Grass Knot makes contact. But here he brings in the Gyarados, and if you saw the team prep, we have HP Electric on this Halucha. We are max special attack modest with HP Electric. I know I outspeed this thing. We have the Unburden, so there's no way this thing can outspeed me in any way. So here I'm gonna go for the HP Electric, and this Gyarados does go down, and Halucha's getting some back-to-back kills as he brings in the Terrakion. I should be able to outspeed any type of Terrakion, even if it's Scarfed. Now I didn't calc this, and I had a feeling he had this move, but I didn't calc it. I was like, I'm in too much of a heat mode, I might as well just do it. So here he goes for Quick Attack. We lived on 1%. I think he got like a mid roll on this Quick Attack, but that Key Berry came in clutch, and so clutch, because that Quick Attack didn't kill us. And here we're able to click Focus Blast. Max special attack Focus Blast is guaranteed kill on this Terrakion unless he's sashed or HP invested. But here I'm gonna click Focus Blast, but Halucha misses. So as you guys see, we are gonna switch. But here, can we just point out, if you guys saw last week's match against, not last week, but our first loss against Frost, it was because of a Halucha high jump kick miss. All he had to do was land one. All Halucha had to do was land one Focus Blast, because the rest of his Pokemon resist Focus Blast. So if I had landed this, I either would have taken another Sash, I would have brought him down really low at least, I would have gotten some damage off, I could have potentially picked this thing off. So Halucha, you know, needs to get a new mask, because it can't land crap unless it's 100% accurate naturally. So yeah. So here, I'm going to go into my Flygon, predicting the Quick Attack, as he does do that. And here's the thing, like if you saw the team builder, we are running Scarf, Eruption, Entei. And I did say that one of the reasons why I have Flygon is because I cannot allow this man to get Rocks on my side of the field. And if I, like I said, had to click Taunt with the Halucha or got for a Moonblast the other turn with Diancie on the Donphan switch, I would have been fine. I wouldn't have been forced to go ahead, outspeed this, click Defog, as this man does click Close Combat and my Flygon is down. So that was kind of a risky. I was kind of hoping it went into Togetic because it is a safe switch into Flygon, but seeing as though that now I know he told me his like plan like after game, and it totally makes sense. But we do lose our Flygon, which sucks because it was our Scarf user. It would have been able to Stone Edge the last 3 Pokemon on his team, but since Flygon is the only hazard move I have on his team, I was kind of forced to do so. So here I'm gonna go into my Umbreon. We are Chople, and we're gonna take this Close Combat about 50%, and he has -2 Spadef. We're gonna click Psychic and do about 62%, so that's really good damage. I'm gonna go ahead and stack my Halucha as it can't really do much this game anymore since it already used up its Unburden. So here I'm gonna go into my Scolipede, and this man is -3 physical defense, and Poison Jab should kill this Terrakion unless I get the absolute mineral. And luckily enough for me, we do not get the mineral, thankfully. And you know, we could have had this thing gone, but we did lose 2 Pokemon in the process. But here he's gonna go into Thundurus, and he clicks Volt Switch on my Umbreon switch, and that was not really the play I was expecting, because my Scolipede lived anyone hit from Thundurus unless he was like Life Orb with Psychic. But here he clicks Volt Switch, and he's not boosted in any way, so this thing potentially could be Scarf, and that could be a problem. But here, the main factor I had in mind was, I'm gonna save Scolipede for Togetic and Beedrill, I'm gonna switch into Umbreon, I'm gonna take any one hit that Thunder throws at me, which is not Volt Switch or U-turn, I'm gonna click Sucker Punch, get the 25% off I need, go into Entei, outspeed, and click Eruption and pick it off. So that was my plan, and that's the reason why I switched into Umbreon, but he unfortunately clicks Volt Switch and goes into Togetic. Originally I had Taunt, but here I'm gonna click Yawn as he clicks Nasty Plot. So here I'm gonna click Moonlight as we are Spadef, and he's gonna click Baton Pass and go into his Thundurus, and this is really scary. But here, this is kind of the scenario I needed. However, if he is Scarfed Thundurus, I basically just lose out from here, and we will lose 3-0. However, we're gonna go on with the match. I'm gonna click Sucker Punch. We do 28%. Eruption at min does 76. He does paralyze us. It's fine. I mean, we do get paralyzed this turn. I did click Sucker Punch again. The only way it would have mattered, you guys will see soon. But I'm gonna go into my Entei, and if this, like I said, if this Thundurus is Scarfed, we basically just lose from here on out. And the only way I could win is if Entei lives this Eruption right here. Either I outspeed for some reason, or I live the Thunderbolt, because Thunderbolt does 97 min. So I need a complete low roll to live this with Entei. And here I'm gonna click Eruption. I outspeed, and this Thundurus just drops. So apparently, I talked to him after the match. He is Scarf, but he was modest. So, and we're running max speed, so with that we are able to outspeed, and thankfully enough for us, we don't get swept by the Thundurus. I'm gonna save this for the Beedrill. I'm gonna go into my Scolipede as he goes for Tri Attack. Thankfully no hacks, and I'm gonna go for a Poison Jab, and he's not max physically defensive. He clicks Tri Attack again, but we do get frozen. How we get frozen. And this is bad because we can actually legit lose. We can, because like the only way, I mean, I guess we could still have a chance, but if he gets a free Roost off right now, so my best chance at this point is to hopefully thaw out and click Swords Dance. He is gonna click Roost, and you know, we're gonna try and thaw out. We do thaw out, thankfully. If we get an SD up, he cannot O-code me anything. He's gonna click Nasty Plot. I'm gonna click this Poison Jab real quick. I'm gonna click Poison Jab. We do 78%. He clicks Tri Attack, and we apparently lived the hit for some reason because we are like max HP. Togetic does go down to the next Poison Jab, and we are like +5 speed. So we do outspeed this thing. +2 Earthquake should kill the Beedrill. This man didn't even Mega Evolve. This man did not even Mega Evolve. But GG to Brent. That was a really great game. Really one of my most hyped games, because that was like a lot of fun. Because like so many things went down. Like special Halucha, like almost getting swept by a Baton Pass, Nasty Plot, Togetic into Thundurus with just Scarf. Like a lot of the crazy things went down. Choppleberry, Umbreon with Psychic for Terrakion. Like where do you see these sets anymore? But other than that, if you guys are still here, very much appreciated. I'm sorry this ended up being a longer recording than I expected. But other than that, if you guys are still here, like I said, very much appreciated. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe, and I will see you guys later. This was GlitchXCity here, and I'll see you guys for the next battle of our league match.